In this video, I want to talk about branding and identity, specifically my branding and identity, what I think branding is, and where I want to take my brand, how I want people to see me, all that kind of stuff. And I think you're going to get some really good lessons out of this video, so listen up. Okay, so a lot of people, when they think of a personal brand or a brand in general, they're like, oh, what kind of content I post? And that is a very false belief, because your brand has a lot to do with who you are as a person. Okay, and a lot of the times I say, if you want to improve your content, if you want to improve the quality of your brand, make sure that you improve the quality of who you are as a person, and make sure to improve the quality of who you are, of your identity. Make sure that you improve the quality of your identity and what you do on a daily basis, because that is how you ultimately improve your brand. You are your brand. If you're not self-developed, your brand is going to suck. If you are not interesting, your brand is going to suck. Everything stems from you and what you do outside of work. If you are consistent, we talked about consistency in one of my last videos. If you are disciplined, if you are hardworking, if you are honest, if you are genuine with how you work with people, all these factors, they play a massive role in your branding. And ultimately, personal brand is how people remember you. When people think of you and your name, what do they think about? Do they think bad? Do they think good? Do they think business? Do they think something specific? When I tell you the name Jeremy Fragrance, you think of perfumes, because that's who he has immersed himself to be. So branding is ultimately how people remember you. And one of the most ultimate personal branding lessons that you'll ever get is establish yourself first. Actually, Hormozi says this as well. He's like, do cool shit and then you make content, instead of making content and then doing cool shit. Do cool shit first and then make content. And I think that's such a beautiful analogy. I think it really summarizes what it takes to build a personal brand. Okay, so how do you easily build a personal brand? Is you have to ask yourself, how do you want people to remember you? It's the simplest question. You don't have to complicate it with these frameworks and hooks. It's simply, how do you want people to remember you? And then from there, you reverse engineer it. I want people to remember me as the, personal example. I want people to remember me as somebody who is real, first of all, very real, very raw, authentic. And I want them to see me as the guy who knows what he's talking about, who's been through shit, right? Who's knowledgeable, right? That for now, maybe they'll expand in the future. That's me for now. That's how I want people to perceive me. Okay, so what do we need to do? What action do we need to take in order for people to remember us like that? Well, we need to make content that, just like this one, where I talk about, if I want to be seen as real and authentic, I need to talk about my personal experiences. I need to talk about the things that happened to me in my life that led me to changing the way I changed. I had a really bad breakup. I fell into depression at a very young age. I felt suicidal. And I just took that energy and turned it into something good, which was self-improvement at the time. I went super hard in the gym, and then I felt unproductive, even though I was super jacked, strong, all that shit. Felt unproductive, went into my business, right? And so if I want people to see me as somebody real and authentic, I need to be sharing stories like this. And that is super. And also, like Dan Henry, he was talking about how to build a personal brand. And he was saying, you essentially, like, personal branding is not you sharing tips and tricks and value. It's a part of a personal brand. You need to help people. You need to make sure that you care about getting them good results, even for free. But the biggest part of the personal brand is people connecting with you. That is a personal brand. Personal brand is when you meet somebody in person. Like, what happens when you meet somebody in person? They're not going to come and stop you and bombard you with how you can improve your life. Like, that's just straight up weird. You're not, even if they're right, you're not even gonna accept their opinion because you don't fucking know them. But how does how does a real relationship start? It says, hey man, what's up? My name is this and that. Yeah. Yeah, how you doing, man? I'm doing good, bro. What about you? Oh yeah, I was just doing this thing. Oh no way, me too. Relatability. No way, me too. Yeah, it's crazy. And then you guys just start connecting, and maybe a month into the relationship, he knows your deepest fears. He knows your favorite color, whoever. Right? That's how a personal brand is built. Personal brand online is very easily same thing as a personal brand in person. And how do you build a personal brand in person? Well, you certainly don't talk about value or shit like that. You just connect as a person. You talk about your values, your core beliefs, things that happen to you. When somebody asks you like, "Hey, bro, how's you doing?" You tell them how you doing. So, and also he was talking about how people have, for example, he was talking about how personal brands, the best example of personal brands are superheroes. Superheroes, he was saying, they have an enemy, a common enemy, and they have an ally, something that they stand for. And then he brought up Superman as an example. He brought up Superman, his enemy was injustice, and his ally was justice. The thing he was fighting for was truth, justice, right? And people initially hated Superman until they added the flaw. And then when he had the flaw, when he was relatable, when people could actually relate to the, weakness, that's when people started liking him. So you need an enemy, you need something you stand for, an ally, and you need a flaw. Okay? So you need to cover what you stand for, what are you against. I stand for productivity, discipline, self-accountability, for being hard as fuck. I stand for action, working, not being lazy. I already said that. And I stand against being soft. I stand against being a fucking bitch, not working your ass off, trying to find shortcuts. All this shit, I stand against it. I hate it. I hate the gurus. I hate the traveling. I hate the lifestyle content a lot. I hate it. I think it's soft. I'm more aggressive than anybody else, even though I don't try and display it as much. And what are my weaknesses? I'm lazy. I'm not where I want to be. I get sucked into the and by the way, do you see how my face changed? That was so interesting. I was watching a video on I think it was Instagram. This guy was breaking down somebody's body language, and so you could see from it was this dating thing where the two people meet up for the first time ever, and he was breaking down, look at her body stance, and that means this and that, and I could visibly see it on myself. When I was talking about the things that I was standing against for, I was visibly angry on my face, but when I was talking about my weaknesses, I kind of my face went down. Okay, that was interesting. And anyway, I digress. I went on a tangent. My struggles, my flaws. I get sucked into the worldly things. Play video games. I fuck around. I'm not productive. I say, I've done good so far. I'm this much ahead, meaning I can take a break and then come back to it and it's all gonna be fine. Guess what? It fucks me up. I'm not consistent. Yesterday I was supposed to go to the gym. I didn't go to the gym. I said I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Today is the tomorrow. I didn't go to the gym, and I said I'm gonna go tomorrow. So I have so many flaws. I am stopping myself from being the person I could be. I want to run at 4 a.m., but I'm scared to go outside of 4 a.m. not because it's dark, because it's cold as fuck. I'm scared to go out and be cold a little bit and run, but I want to. I have the desire to be more tougher than I am, but I'm scared to be tougher. I'm not willing to put myself through the pain necessary. Right? So you have all these things you stand against. and you stand for, and some struggles and flaws. Those are the things that you could just ask yourself. And by the way, I never wanted to be like a business coach, agency coach. I always wanted to be a self-improvement coach. I always found self-improvement to be my thing. And just like putting so much mental stress, physical stress on yourself, and just figuring it the fuck out. I used to do 1,000 push-ups in like 30 minutes, and I would love doing it. Like, I would put myself intentionally through so much pain. I would intentionally go to sleep and wake up on 3 hours of sleep. And I would not let myself have more than 5 hours of sleep. And then that same day, I would bang out 1,000 push-ups within 30 minutes. And I was doing push-ups at like 45 degrees Celsius. I was melting. And on top of that, I was doing them on like fucking concrete. On concrete. 45 degrees Celsius on concrete. Do you know how hot that is? I had blisters. I had a big ass, like this big of a fucking blister on my hand. Like rip off. And then I couldn't put my hand on anything after that because it just burns. Right? Now those are just some examples of some of the things. But I loved it. I love putting myself through a fucking extreme pain. That's my thing. I want to push myself. I want to be in pain. If I could lock myself in a room, never go out, do fucking Russian sleep experiment, and just work till I pass out to push my limits, I could. I'm more of a psychopath than I want to put out into the world. I have so many things that I want to do, but I'm holding myself back. Dude, I want to be more aggressive to people. I don't want to be so nice to people. If I could fucking punch some people in the face, I would fucking do it. If they were standing in front of me and talking shit to me, I would fucking do it. I want to speak out, but I'm afraid of offending the person. I'm afraid of what they're gonna say. But I want to speak out. I want to fucking like shout at them, be more aggressive towards them. I want to run at 4 a.m. every single morning. I want to box. I want to fight. I want to break people. I just want to work all the time. I want to work out more than my body can take. Like I was working out and I was injuring myself, and I loved it. My body was fucking dying, and I loved it. I don't know. Do you know the feeling when you have like rusty metal and you like run your fingers through it, and it's like harsh and leaves scratches on your finger, obviously because it's rusty metal? That's who I want to be. That's what I want to develop myself into. I don't want to be soft. I want to be the rusty metal. When you touch me, you get fucking cut. But I'm not doing that, and it fucking annoys me, and I regret it so fucking much. I wasted 2 years just working on the business. Cool, but I could have been molded into a completely different human. I don't know. But yeah, just me going on a tangent proves to you, like, this is like how I want people to see me. I want people to see me as the toughest man alive. That's my personal brand. Think of David Goggins. That's my personal brand. I don't give a fuck about building a business. I just making content is my passion in a way to inspire people. I want to inspire people. I don't necessarily want to make money off of it. I want to have a self-development course. I don't want to have a business info scaling product. I want to have a self-improvement course where people come and they get my lessons and I help them better their life. That's what I want. That's what I always wanted. And that's my passion. And like I was talking about in the video the other day, I have to separate the passion because I don't want to help people better their life and make money off of it. I think me following my passion and charging $5,000 program for it, I don't think that's me, you know? I just want to have $1 billion in my bank, retire, and do it for free. Have a YouTube channel, sit down just like this, and just talk and reach millions of people. That's my end goal. Just want to retire, never care about money, and just do shit for free. And change people's lives. Kind of like Andrew Tate. Yeah, kind of like Andrew Tate and this guy, Hamza Ahmed. Those two guys, perfect example of what I want to do. But I don't want to charge a price for it. Like, I'm telling you, if I could never. Maybe like $39 a month school community fee, cool. But me charging a 5K program and then sitting there one-on-one, fuck no. So that's why I'm also partially building my business. Because I just want to make money with the business that I'm building. And just fuck off and do this passion for free. Which is what I told you about in the video that I made. I don't know when I made it. You can check it out on my channel. I think it has like something, don't build a business around a passion or something title. But yeah, and all these things I told you, by the way, this is my brand. This is who I am as a person. This is where I want to lead my brand in the future. Right? And that is how you find out your brand. You take your deepest desires and you build around them. You reverse engineer it. What kind of content do I have to make? What kind of things do I have to say in order for me to be perceived how I want to be perceived? So yeah, thank you for watching. I'm not sure if I made any mistakes throughout the video, so I'm not sure if I'm going to have to cut it. But anyway, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, reach out to me on Instagram. If you want to watch my business lessons on how to actually grow your business with social media, I have all kinds of lessons on my business channel. It goes so much in depth. Go watch it. It's going to be in the description. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.